Hello and welcome to another Key Smash Studios video. Today we're going to be talking about deep storage, particularly the black hole unit in modded Minecraft and how it can take your storage to the next level. If you find these videos to be helpful, please consider liking, commenting, subscribing, all that jazz. It really does help us out. Last week, we finished up our series on AE2 systems and all of that complicated nonsense. But one of the downfalls of AE2, when you have a big quarry at the end of the game, is that it sometimes gathers millions of items. I'll put a clip here of my current playthrough in a system that is AE2 that has millions of items. So in this playthrough, we have roughly 21 million stones stored in our system. And while this is a slightly older version of Minecraft, it's all stored within one unit in a similar manner. 21.3 million stone is stored in this one block, and it only stores this one block, and it saves all of the storage that comes from our main server system. Now, the solution to this is fairly simple. There are some items that appear more frequently, i.e. cobblestone or regular stone, if you have a quarry going and it's mining all those and you're storing it. Now you can throw it out. There are trash cans. I'll just go right here. If you open up your inventory, you can always search things in modded Minecraft. There are trash cans, part of extra utilities. They're fairly cheap. You can just tunnel all of one item into those trash cans, but sometimes those items can be useful later on. For example, cobblestone can be ground into sand and then turned into glass, which is used in a lot of recipes. Things of that nature. So sometimes it's better to hold on to those items, and the way that we hold on to those items is with a black hole unit. It's part of industrial foregoing. Again, if we hit E, we can search up here. If we search for a black hole unit, we'll find it right here in industrial foregoing. It's not the cheapest thing in the world, as it does require a couple eyes of Ender, but it is not too terribly expensive. As you can see, the rest of the mats are relatively tame. Now this unit is particularly powerful because it stores one item 2.1 billion times. And for most people, that's enough to set up a playthrough for that one item. So, for example, in that clip that I showed where I had 20 million stone, over 20 million stone, all of that 20 million stone was going into one unit. And it's not going to cost our ME storage system any space because of this one unit. So I've set up a simple thing here just to sort of show. Here is a diamond chest with an entire survival inventory full of stone. And normally we could dump this into an ME storage unit. And in fact, we have an ME drive. I put a 1K drive here. It's a super small drive, just to show that when we set up this correctly, it doesn't actually take up any space in our ME drive. So when we set this up correctly, all we're doing is we're taking items. So we either have like a dump off point, like a chest, or like an ender chest where you have like an ender pouch and you dump everything into the ender chest. However you're getting items into your system, I'm going to assume that there's some dump off point. You then pipe that dump off point into the black hole unit. So whatever your favorite item transport thing is, mine is Ender IO item conduit. If you don't have it, there's dozens of item transport things. So we just set it up to insert directly into here for this one item. So I'm going to extract this. I'm going to set it to always active, and we'll see that as soon as I do that, we start going down in items. And you can see that in our black hole unit, we start going up in items. And it can store this amount of items, stacks of it, as much as we want. So as you can see, all of our stone is getting dumped out and put into our black hole unit. Now this is particularly powerful when combined with an ME storage bus, because an ME storage bus takes a look. If I just hit this partition storage button, an ME storage bus takes a look at the inventory to which it is connected, and it says, what do you have? That's now part of the ME storage thing, regardless of whatever unit that is. So in this case, it's really powerful because it's the black hole unit, and it's storing, right now, almost 500 stone. If I take a look at my drive and my ME storage, you'll see that there are 0 types, 0 bytes used. We're not using any storage in our system, But here, when we come to our system, we can see that we have over 500 stone now and counting in our ME storage. That's the power of the black hole unit. Now, it's worth noting that if you would like to offload things, so sometimes you have a bunch of items in a ME system, one of the ways that you can do that is with an import bus. So I'm going to take an import bus here, and I'm also going to grab some acceleration cards because this is particularly important. You can import directly into... I did that wrong. We are exporting out of the ME system. So an export bus an ME export bus will take things out of your system and dump it into something. So we are going to dump items from our system into our deep storage. So right now, if I were to disconnect this storage bus right here and just connect that wire back up, we would have no stone in our system. I can then, create a bunch of stone just to sort of simulate that we have stone in our system. And now when it's not connected, we'll notice that it is being taken up as information in our drive. And let's say that you set this up and you wanted to get it going. Well, what you do is you come to your export bus here, you drop this in here, and everything in your system is now exported out into that black hole unit. Sometimes it takes a few hours, but once it's done, you can just break it off, and then you just drop that storage bus right back on there. Hit that partition storage. It tells you what's inside, makes sure input-output is bidirectional, and once again, you have all of your stone accessed by your inventory without taking up storage space. So if you have any questions on how this works and why it's so powerful, please feel free to leave me a comment down below. I'm always more than happy to help. You can join our Discord. There are tons of people there who know a ton about Minecraft. Please feel free to take a look at the links in the description. We have lots of different things from Patreon to Twitch. Do whatever you want to support us. Anything you can do and will do will be helpful. As always, I hope this is helpful. Like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. And hopefully we'll see you next week.